am Dr. Atul Goswami, and today in the series of e-lectures we are studying modal auxiliary verbs. So first of all, we need to understand what is basically a verb. It can be said that a verb is a word that shows an action, state of being, or a condition. It is derived from the Latin verb verbatim, which means important. You can just say a verb is the most important word in a sentence, and without it we cannot think of a sentence. Okay. Then comes its classification. Verbs, one of the ways in which verbs can be classified is they can be classified as main verbs and helping verbs. The word auxiliary also means helping. Okay, so when it comes to main verbs, we can say, for example, a word like teach, walk are basically main verbs. And when it comes to helping verbs, we can say verbs like be form of verb, which include is, am, are, has, have, had, and so on. And we can say that modals like can, may, etc. So broadly we can say that helping verbs can be divided into two parts: main verbs and helping verbs. Helping verbs can further be divided into two parts. One is that is called helping verbs, or B type of verbs, which include verbs like is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, do, does, etc. And second part is modal auxiliary verbs. So now we study what is the basic difference between main verbs and helping verbs. So, first difference between main verbs and helping verbs is that we cannot start a sentence by using a main verb. For example, if I want to, let's say if I say a sentence that I am teaching auxiliary verbs. So, I cannot start a sentence like teaching I am auxiliary verb. Or if I just want to make an interrogative, again I cannot start it with teaching. So main verbs cannot be used to start a sentence, whereas helping verbs are those verbs which are used to make, or let's say to start a sentence when it comes to interrogative. So the interrogative of this sentence, I am teaching auxiliary verbs, will be am I teaching auxiliary verbs. So we can start a sentence with helping verbs, whereas when it comes to main verbs, they cannot be used to start any sentence. The second difference between main verbs and helping verbs is that if I just write a main verb like teaching, so teaching only in its present participle form, it cannot show whether I am talking about simple present, whether I am talking about simple past, or whether I am talking about simple future. If I just say I am teaching, then it is easy to know that I am talking about the present moment. If I say I was teaching, so I can say that I am talking about some past moment. And if I say I will be teaching, it means I am talking about some future. It means just on the basis of this present participle teaching, I cannot say with certainty that what tense I am talking about. If I add it with is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, etc., whatever it is, on that basis we can just find out that whether the sentence is in simple present, whether it is in simple past, or whether it is in simple future. One more thing, that if I want to make a negative of this sentence, that I am not teaching, okay, so I can say that or just to make it simple, that he is not teaching, but I cannot write it like he is teaching. It means main verbs cannot be used in contracted form when we make its negatives, but when it comes to helping verbs like is, am, are, was, were, they can be used in contracted form. I can very simply, easily make a sentence like he isn't teaching, but I cannot make a sentence like he teaching not, or he, again if I just make it in simple present, I can say he does not teach, but I cannot just write a sentence like he teachant. It means we cannot use main verbs in contracted forms, but when it comes to helping verbs, they can be used in contracted forms. So basically we can say that the basic difference between main verbs and helping verbs is that helping verbs cannot be used to start a sentence, helping verbs cannot be used in contracted forms, let's say NT, and main verbs on their own cannot show the tenses correctly. Only by the use of these helping verbs we can say whether a sentence is in simple present, simple past, or simple future. So this is the basic difference between main verbs and helping verbs. Now we move on to the difference between helping verbs and modals. Modal auxiliaries and helping or auxiliary verbs. So if I write a sentence like I am teaching, and if I make a plural of it, it will be we are teaching. But suppose if I write it in modal using modal auxiliary verbs, then the sentence will be I can teach, we can teach. So the point is that whenever we use helping verbs, they are governed by subject and number. For example, when the subject is singular, we use is, am, are, but when the subject is plural, we use are. It means this helping verb is governed by its subject. When the subject is considered as singular, we use am, and when it is considered as plural, we use are. But when it comes to modal verbs, they remain same whether the subject is singular or whether the subject is plural. So the first difference between modal verbs and helping verbs is helping verbs are governed by subject and number, whereas modal verbs are free from these. The second difference, when it comes to modal verbs, only on the basis of a modal verb we cannot describe the tense correctly. For example, if I say that could you help me? If I say could you help me, just on the basis of this could, we cannot say with finality that this sentence is in simple past. Whereas if I use any helping verb instead of is. If I use was, then on the basis of this was we can certainly say that whether say that my sentence is in simple past tense. But on the basis of could, it is not possible for us to determine with 100% certainty whether the sentence is in simple present or whether it is in simple past. So we can say that the basic difference between modal verbs and helping verbs are that helping verbs show us tenses correctly, but on the basis of the second forms of these modal verbs we cannot say whether the sentence is in simple past or simple future. One more thing that makes the difference clear, that if I write like I want to teach, but I cannot write a sentence like with infinitive in any modal verbs. I cannot write I can to teach. It means modal verbs are used with bare infinitive. They are not used with to plus first form of the verb, which are used with the structure which is used with all helping verbs. So we can say that when it comes to modal verbs and helping verbs, the difference is that helping verbs are governed by subject and number, whereas modal verbs are not governed by any change in subject and number. Modal verbs cannot teach us about tenses correctly, and with modal verbs we cannot use the bare cannot use first form to infinitive. They are always used with bare infinitive. So this is the basic difference between modal verbs and helping verbs. So in this lecture we have touched 3 points. First thing, what is a verb? A verb is a word that tells us about some action, state of being or condition. Verbs can be divided into 2 parts, that is main verb and helping verbs. The basic difference between main verbs and helping verbs is that no main verb can be used to start a sentence, where helping verbs can be used to start a sentence when it comes to interrogatives. No main verb can be used in contracted form, but helping verbs can be used in contracted form, and only on the basis of the main verb we cannot define tenses, but on the basis of helping verbs we can say with certainty that which tense we are using. Next, we have studied that what is the basic difference between a modal verb and a helping verb. A modal verb like can, may, will, etc. they can be used in the beginning of a sentence, but they remain unaffected by the change in subject and number, whereas helping verbs are governed by subject and number. The second difference is that only on the basis of a modal verb we cannot tell about the tense with certainty, but when it comes to helping verb, on their basis we can say with 100% certainty whether the sentence which we have used is in simple present, simple past or simple future. Or most of the modal verbs are used with without to infinitive, whereas this to infinitive can be used with helping verbs. So this is the basic difference between modal auxiliary verbs and helping verbs. So on that basis we can say that modal auxiliary verbs or modals are those verbs which are part of helping verbs but which have different characteristics from other auxiliary verbs, or those verbs which show some likelihood or modality, means those verbs which show capacity, likeness or possibility, etc. So we can say that a modal verb is a verb which remains unaffected by a change in subject and number, which cannot be used in most of the cases, which cannot be used with to infinitive, and which shows some likelihood, possibility or capacity. So this is all about our modal auxiliary verbs. Thank you very much.